I don't know why I'm here. The only reason I'm here is to do the will of God. Yes. And I don't want to do my will. I don't like my will because I don't think my will is a good will. I don't think my will is a good will. I want to do his will. I think his will will be far nicer. Because so far, walking into his will has been amazing. I never knew this Mampo. No. You know, this is not originally where we were. Actually originally down the hill somewhere. Another place. Yeah. And there was a river that came to cross our road where the trucks were bringing the materials. So we couldn't come there anymore. We almost had a homecoming service up there where we built. Up there, and I don't want to mention it on the radio, on the phone, on the microphone. Yeah, it's a type of phone. Yes. Yeah. But the water came and crossed our path. And when the water crossed us, we couldn't continue. And we struggled and struggled. I couldn't find it. Hey, why don't we come here? We are already here. We have some small. We continue. So, if you said, oh, God spoke to, God showed me on the map. This, my son, go to. It's not true. Look, it is praying for the will of God, and then we are just flowing. Pontius Pilate says this. Pontius' wife says this. Barabbas says this. This one says this. This one says, and you keep moving. That's why when I meet stubborn people, I'm not afraid. I've learned to trust in God. I know that if God's will is to be done and somebody is very hard in the will of God and it prevents, that person will die. I'm sure of that. The person will die. But if sometimes the person is not being stubborn. The person is being used by God to make his will happen. Often. So those people live because God is using them. Yeah, God is using them. You know, Hus, John Hus, one of the reformers. Yeah, he was preaching. He had about 10,000 people. He was just a pastor, a Catholic pastor, and the Archbishop of Prague was called Zybnik. He was, opposed to him. You know, and he was originally his friend. Then he changed over and then started to join the people to try to catch Hus and to finish him. One day he just died. Yes, they say he was poisoned by him. That was the end of him. Yeah, you see, the time of his dying was to come, but a little bit more time. He was supposed to be there for a bit more time. But when you go too much, he was too much trying to end John Hus's ministry. It was a sudden change of everything. He just died. Yeah. So you learn that the will of God is not something you can change, especially for someone who has committed it to God, and so God says, I will do my will. My will be done. You have to watch those things. Yeah. Rarely have I seen a stubborn thing, resistant, is not being used by God to do something somewhere. Yeah. So those of you who have not learned to pray for the will of God. Now, if you look at Ephesians 1:9, you will be amazed that he calls his will a mystery. Now, a mystery means that, like I said, the mystery of the missing bag, the mystery of the disappearing cat, the mystery of the missing ship. It's like, how do you find out what is happening? That mystery, that great mystery that is happening. You see, it's like there's something to find out. Something not clear. Yes. And my future is not clear. My future is not clear. Is yours clear? No. My future is not clear. I'm open. Turn and look to the person standing by you. I say, hey, you could be my husband if he's a man. Turn to a woman. Turn to a woman. Tell to a woman or a man, like the opposite. Have you found the nearest opposite sex? Now, shh. Hello.